Have you ever wanted to have the ability to open a case directly with Prism? Well, with AOS 5.5, that ability is integrated right into Prism Central. My name is Matthew Gauch. I'm an SRE in the Durham office, and today I'm going to show you how to make that happen. So if you've just deployed Prism Central 5.5, the first thing you're going to want to do is log in. If this is your first time logging in, it may prompt you to change your password from the default. And once you do that and relog back in, you may have to accept the end user license agreement along with performing some registration tasks. But ultimately, once you log into Prism Central, you're going to see a screen like this. It'll show any clusters you have listed here. And then you have your normal menu bar across the top. The new feature to open a support case is actually going to be under the question mark. But before we get to that, there's something you need to do to make sure that Prism Central can communicate with your online portal account. That would be registering the Prism Central server with portal using an API key. To do that, you just click the admin or whatever you're logged in as in the upper right corner, hit update profile. Now I've already registered mine, but if you haven't done that, there'd be a button or a link in here to click where you click open portal, log you into your portal account if you're not already logged in, and you'd click generate new API key. And then you take that API key and copy it into here. And once you do that, you'll have connectivity to portal, which will allow you to open a support case. I'm going to cancel out of that and we'll go right into how to actually open a support case. So after you finish your registration, go ahead and click the question mark. Scroll down and click create support case. It's going to pop up a window. Now, if you don't have any cases created, it'll indicate that and it will ask you to create a support case. And in my case, I have one already created that I made earlier today. You can see it says test case ignore. We don't want any SREs grabbing that by accident. So assuming you have cases already made, they'll be displayed in here and you'll be able to click through them and see what they are based on the subject name and the case number and look at details. You can also click the link on the right side that says view details in portal. This will open back into portal and take you right to the case where you could add updates, attach files, whatever you need to do that you would normally manage a case by. For this video, let's just go ahead and create a new support case. So once you click create case, it's going to pop up a new window which will have some information to enter in. This should look very familiar to you if you've ever opened a support case through the support portal before. You'll provide a subject. I'm just going to call it test case 2. Please ignore. You pick the issue category, technical problem, question, comment, feedback, scheduled maintenance, licensing, etc. Then you'll pick a priority. We have 4 main priorities that you can choose from. P1s are reserved for emergency situations. That would typically mean the system's not available and your productivity has been halted. P2 would mean the system's available, but you're experiencing issues that have a direct impact on productivity. A P3, which is normal, just means the system's having an occasional issue, and a P4 is usually a low priority, might be a question, and then we have an RFE option. So you go ahead and select the priority. Keep in mind we try to get to all types of priority cases in a timely manner, regardless of whether or not they're P3, P2, P1, P4. Our support team responds pretty quickly. So just try to choose what's appropriate for your situation. After you pick the priority, go ahead and select your cluster. This will list any cluster you have registered to Prism Central. In my Prism Central, I only have 1 cluster registered, so it's going to be defaulted along with the block serial number. You may have a cluster that's comprised of more than 1 block, as you can see here. So I would just pick the block that's affected. If the entire cluster is affected, you can just pick any block in the cluster. Once you pick your block serial number, go ahead and provide a problem description. Obviously, the more verbose you can be here, the easier it's going to be for the SRE who grabs your case to get an understanding of what the issue might be and possibly provide you resolution quicker. Then you have an option to attach a log bundle. This will collect a log bundle for the past 4 hours. You can also attach NCC output. This will actually run NCC and attach the output to the case, and the results will be reflected from the cluster's current state. So I'm going to go ahead and check those here. You can anonymize a log bundle if you have proprietary information you don't wish to share with support. I'm just going to write test case, please ignore, which is not very useful for an SRE, but in this case, they'll know not to grab it. Then you provide your contact details down here. So you give them a name, a phone number, provide your email address, You can add more email addresses if you have multiple people on your team, or you might have an alias that would submit to your whole team. You can use that as well. Once you've filled in all the information and you're confident with what you've written, just go ahead and click Submit. This will open the support case tasks. In this instance, I've chosen to create a support bundle in addition to NCC. So those are going to go ahead and kick off a couple tasks. So what you can do is back out of the create case section at this point. And you should see a couple tasks. So you can see the tasks running here. It's going to do log collector and then health check. That can vary on time depending on the size of the cluster, how much data it is, how long it's been up and running. But it can take anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Sometimes it goes a little quicker. This cluster doesn't have much on it, so it's going to go quick. So once the log bundle is completed and the NCC health check is completed, you can go ahead and click that question mark again, which will bring you back into the create support case. When you get in here, you should see your new case along with the case number, any information you've provided. If you want to view it in Portal, again, the link on the right side will take you into Portal. You can toss in an update or check the latest status. Depending on the priority, you should hear back within the SLA from an SRE to assist you with the case. That's it. There's not much else beyond that to opening the support case in Prism Central. Thank you for tuning in to another Tech Topics. Don't forget to subscribe so you can stay up to date on the latest videos as they're released.